You're the fish you're trying to catch. You're the love of your life. You're everything you've been searching for. I think that about sums it up. Welcome to the pod. We are the Pitch Fit podcast now, so that's why I'm all dressed up, because I want to pitch a fit. I want to show up to my own life in ways that I haven't been, and take it seriously as I take other things in my life, such as job, friends, family. Pitch a fit is kind of like a double meaning, because I also want to say like F you to this reality we live in where there's no real conversations, there's no real connection, and people forgot how to be human. Bear with me. This is my first podcast, okay, everyone? It's my first podcast, and I do, believe it or not, get nervous. A lot of people who know me in real life are like, oh, you seem so comfortable on the camera. The secret is I'm not comfortable on the camera at all. But this is a quote from Josh Peck from his book, Happy People Are Annoying, and it is one of my favorite books of all time. But in it, he says, what are you willing to let go that stands between you and happiness? The obvious stuff is easy, that anger you've been hanging on to, that resentment. But what about the things you think are assets? That relationship you think you can't live without, that job you think defines you. Can you let go of that? Because if you're really serious about getting happy, you might be forced to let it all go. To know you can be okay without it. Because you're the fish you're trying to catch. You're the love of your life. You're everything you've been searching for. We search for all this validation from other people. We search for our purpose and our meaning, and we put all this into our jobs and our relationships, and we think that that's what makes us who we are. But really, we haven't ever once looked inward to see that we are what we've been looking for. You are the fish you're trying to catch. You are the love of your life. That is so powerful. The older I get, the more I'm reverting back to like my 12-year-old self, to where I was just like a little weirdo, and I just marched the beat of my own drum. And yeah, a lot of people were not cool with that, but I was, and I liked what I liked, and I had my little opinions, and you couldn't tell me anything. And I think that's the thing, is like we spend our whole lives looking for this external validation, but in the meantime our inner child is suffocating. Like, whatever you're dreaming of, whatever you have in your heart is going to be beating its way to the surface, and if you keep holding it back, you're going to lose yourself completely. And when you lose yourself, getting yourself back is twice as hard. So even if it's scary, I think you should remember that quote. Write it down. You are what you've been searching for. You need to uncover that. Uncover your inner child, uncover all the trauma, all the bullshit, and just be yourself, and let yourself be seen, and let yourself be loved by you. And it doesn't matter about anybody else. My challenge to you and to myself is to just make mistakes, and make them loudly and proudly, and be messy, and pivot when you need to pivot, and remember that you are the love of your life. There is no one that should love you more than you. The whole point of the podcast, I guess, for me, is just pitch a fit against society, which has impossible standards of perfection right now. And we're going to pitch a fit, remind each other who we are. That is my goal, because I have a lot of amazing people in my life, and maybe you're one of them. And I don't want to lose you to the expectation that you have to be anything other than what you are. That's the pod. There will be a new episode every week. We will talk about very important and uncomfortable topics. If you have any topics that you want to talk about, anything real that you feel like isn't discussed online, you can leave them in the comments. It'll probably be a lot like this, just talking, and not a lot of like fancy editing, not a lot of anything, just probably just real, just sitting here and yapping. This was the episode. Thank you so much for listening or watching. The podcast is out on YouTube and Spotify. Pitch a Fit Pod, same logo everywhere, so what you see as my avatar is where you will find it on other forms of social media. It'll be on Instagram, TikTok too. You'll get clips on Instagram and TikTok throughout the week of things that we discussed, and throughout the week on YouTube. On YouTube, you will get 1 episode a week on Wednesdays. Wednesday mornings they'll come out, but they'll be available. You can watch them whenever you want. And same thing for Spotify. So they'll come out also on Wednesday mornings. Look, I'm still figuring this out, y'all. I'm still figuring this out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And see you next time. We need some outro music.